Good day, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Walking Down the Memory Lane, where we have insightful discussions with senior professionals from the field of civil engineering. As our guest today, we are truly honored to have with us Engineer K.P.I.U. Dharmapala, Chairman of the Sri Lanka Association of Institute of Civil Engineers UK and former President of the Institute of Engineers Sri Lanka. Good day, sir. How are you doing today?
Sorry?
How are you doing today?
Oh, fine.
Wonderful. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Let's dive in. Could you start by telling us a little about yourself, where you grew up and what inspired you to pursue civil engineering?
Well, I was born in 1953. I had my early education. Nobody will believe it is from Eastern Province, Palmune Sinhala Mahavidyalaya. My father was a government servant. He was transferred from place to place. So from Kalmuni he was transferred to Anuradhapura. Then we also moved to Anuradhapura. There I attended Polytechnic Convent, Anuradhapura. From there, St. Joseph's College, Anuradhapura. After that, again, my father got a transfer to Palangu. Then we settled down in Gampu. And I studied St. Mary's College in Gampu from grade 5 to advanced level. From there, I entered to the University of K.P.I.U. in 1974.
Thank you, sir. So, when you were a student, what aspects of civil engineering excited you the most?
So actually, in the very beginning, I had no idea of becoming an engineer. I wanted to be a doctor. So, those days it was called as SSC Prep, now grade 9. We are selecting two students who want to do mathematics stream or that biology stream. So I went to biology stream. So one day my father asked, what are you doing for your A-levels or O-levels? And I said, biology. He said, you want to be a doctor? Yes. I said, yes. He said, you can't do that job because it is not suitable for you. Immediately you change that field and you go and ask from your teachers to join for mathematics stream. So I joined mathematics stream. That is the way how it paved me to become an engineer.
That's an amazing story. And could you share your experience at University of Peradeniya and how it shaped your early career?
So university, so I studied in St. Mary's College or St. Joseph's College, Anuradhapura. Those are only, those are not mixed schools. I don't associate with these girls in those schools. So in university, the environment is entirely changed. All girls were there and boys were there. They are from various schools. So first I got used to move with all kinds of students from various people from Jaffna or down south or eastern, Tamils, Muslims, all people were there. All students, so I got used to move with them. Thereafter that university culture is different in schools. The teachers give notes and arguments, but here lecturers are delivering their lectures and going. So we get used to that also. And in the third year only we decided to select this field of specialization. So I selected civil engineering.
think that university life we can all relate to. So, after graduation, what was your first role in the industry and what were the biggest lessons you learned as a young engineer?
Yeah, first I got my appointment as an civil engineer training attached to River Valleys Development Board. They placed me, they wanted me to go and report for duty at NVPTI in 1974, 1st of October. So in those days that area was not developed. So I went and reported to engineer in charge NVPTI concrete yard. So there were unskilled people, laborers were there, then semi-skilled and skilled people were there. So those are new categories of people I came across. So anyhow I had to move with those people and learn from them because we were rich with theories of various subjects, but we don't had that time any experience with construction or labor handling or anything. So it was a very difficult time to move with these laborers because they are belonging to some their education level and everything, some much low. So, but we have to manage with them and how to get the maximum output of them. So I managed to, I spoke with them very frankly and I managed to get it done the work what we want.
And so, looking back, other than that, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced early in your career and how did you overcome them?
Challenges means there were so many challenges. So while I was a junior engineer, head office wanted me to come back to Colombo and they wanted my input to prepare the unity of a dam construction. That is the biggest earth involved dam constructed in Sri Lanka by a local government firm under Mahavili, accelerated Mahavili program. All other firms, companies are foreign firms like Balfour Beatty or Rangaliyala, civil contractors like the German firms, Mahavili, FA and FG, like that. But Real Estate Development Board is a very old government sector, semi-government organization. Earlier it was known as Galway Development. So there I faced that challenge and I prepared the Meteor Dam construction project with the help of a senior engineer, and thereafter they transferred me to Meteor Dam construction. There the chief project engineer, he delegated us individual, three of us were there. He allocated the construction of structures there. Other person was delegated with the earthworks, like that. So this is under accelerated Mahavili program. So we have to finish that by time to the opening date was fixed. At that time the president was late President Excellency K.P.I.U. So we under very difficult conditions we managed to achieve those targets. We worked night and daytime as well as night time with different category of people and under very tough environmental conditions, weather conditions, and the threat of wild animals like elephants and all. So anyhow we managed to finish the work within the given target.
Was there a defining moment in your early career that made you realize that you wanted to pursue a leadership role in engineering?
Yeah, after so until meteor dam project, and after that I wanted to obtain my professional qualification. So I made a request from the management to release me to with my design office experience. After finishing that, I obtained my charter, professional qualifications. Thereafter, they placed me as a senior project manager for what you call MAD road projects, Mahadevia Road Development Projects, located in Madhuraya and Velikanda area. So at that time, terrorist activities were there. So under these conditions, it was a very difficult time to work, especially this virgin jungle like what these roads. Anyhow, during the construction duration, this LTT issues came. So sometimes we had to work with army personnel also. It is an unforgettable thing. One day, some army officers came with our head office top management, and they wanted us to go with them. So we don't know. They wanted us to go, so we followed them. They took us to an area close to Punani, and they wanted to build up a small village tank to collect some water for the. They had some idea of putting up army camp there. For that army camp, they wanted to supply some water. For that purpose, they wanted to build up this some kind of reservoir, small reservoir. So that particular job they entrusted to us. So we constructed that. But later only we found that we went on a very dangerous trip to that place, and the task what they had entrusted is challenging, really challenging.
And so, over your 45 years of career, you worked on highways, bridges, and major infrastructure. Could you share one or two projects that were particularly memorable or challenging?
Yes, mainly there was a bridge we constructed across Mahavaya, that is to bypass the Bhavananda town. Access to that particular bridge location was very difficult. Transporting big beams was very difficult. Otherwise, similarly, had to construct a railway bridge, new railway bridge at Panapura across the lagoon, and same time we had to construct, renovate the existing bridge, Kalutara, close to that Kalutara port here. All these bridges are very challengeable, and we encountered so many issues, practical difficulties. But anyhow, we managed to construct those 3 bridges within the given time frame.
That is an amazing answer. And projects often involve unexpected problems, as you mentioned. Is there any moment where you had to make a critical decision under pressure?
Yeah, I can remember when we worked in K.P.I.U bridge, or another bridge at Boulevard. We had to do some excavation through a deep, a depth was very high, and we had to drive some sheet pipes. So I instructed these, there were some builders, they have to support those sheet pipes with bracings, steel and bracings. But somebody came and overruled my this instructions, and they wanted to use some smaller size bracings. And all of a sudden, one day morning, we found that everything has toppled or leaned to the excavated side, and again we had to took measures to correct those things with some additional cost. That was unforgettable thing happened in the unforgettable and very unfortunate thing, but luckily nothing happened to the lives of people. This happened at midnight, and but the company had to spend some more money, additional money.
Now we can see that Sir has this plethora of knowledge and experience. Out of all the projects, which project or achievement are you the most proud of, both technically and personally?
Yeah, I can say this Colombo Candy Road, I involved as assistant resident engineer designs from Homagama to Ratnapura. I had to walk. Nearly I walked 5 times. So first I had to put the center line at my own decision. Then I have to take the resident engineer and I had to got his approval for that one. The second time, again I had to walk that same distance, 5 kilometer intervals. Then third time I had to go and design side trains and shoulders and all things. Then again I have to take the resident engineer for his approval. Finally, with the chief resident engineer, we have to go and get his final approval. For that also I had to walk. So I had to walk 5 times from Colombo to Ratnapura and did these designs. And during that period, so many problems came from people who are living close by this road. We have sometimes acquire their lands, creating a minimum trouble for them, inconvenience for them. But we managed to construct that road. Again, that is also done by a foreign firm. We work for consultants, and within time we have finished that road.
Thank you for that answer, sir. Now, all of these projects, another thing that involved in these are managing large teams and contracts. How did you approach leadership and team coordination on such complex projects?
Yeah, so after working as a junior engineer, and then I became a senior project manager, and after that I became a deputy general manager for construction firm, and finally I became the general manager of that firm. So all these managerial posts, I have to exercise my leadership and managerial skills. And there I had nothing to deal with the directly construction work, but I had to guide my junior engineers and to get the maximum out of them, how to meet these targets, how to control project activities, how to control project costs, minimize wastages, and at the same time environmental and social issues, sustainability, all these things. As a manager, I have to do.
Now, on the topic of management and leadership, as the CEO of Unica Designs now, how is leading a company different from being an on-site project engineer?
Yeah, this is a new area of the civil engineering. Earlier I functioned as a construction engineer, and now this is a design. Here management entrusted me this design now. They wanted to name that as Unica Design, and they wanted to consider that as a separate cost center. So I have to look after all staff, find out jobs, look after their benefits and their salaries, everything. And after that, I have to show the profit to the management also. So that was entirely different and very hard task. Finding out jobs, and we have to do that. Jobs means designs or consultants work to the satisfaction of client. That is also difficult work. So now I manage with my staff, and I manage to make them happy also. If they are not happy, then I can't run the place. So I look after them, their welfare and everything, and manage to run the place.
That's such an insightful answer. Now, you have seen civil engineering evolve for decades. What are the biggest advancements you've witnessed, and how have they changed the way engineers work?
Yeah, in our time, we started our career in 1970s, late 1978. Now we are in 2024. So those days we used all machineries and everything are very all mechanical biased machines. And nowadays these excavators, all these things are hydraulically operated things and computerized things, and new technology is there. Even surveying, those days we used these very old levels and theodolites. Now it is not the case. This new electronically measure, we can measure all angles. Then calculation of these waterways, we use contour mapping and calculated volumes and areas. Now it is not the use of softwares are there various ways, or even calculation of quantities. We use planimeters and others, but now it is not the case. So very quick and easy. That's the time to the new technology.
Now, the topic of new softwares, with tools like BIM and computer modeling becoming central, how should young engineers balance technology with traditional engineering judgment?
Yeah, as I told you earlier, I am not a person belong to this computer era. So our knowledge is just to manage with some basic computer-based requirements, but as typing a letter or do a small calculation like that. But this younger generation, they come out with all kind of software for all these complex or tedious calculations involved in structural designs. They are having softwares. Even bridge designs, we did in nowadays 1980s, early 1980s, all calculations manually. Now they are having this Midas software for bridges and even for this building, high-rise building construction and designs. They are having softwares for those things. Any field, irrigation or water supply, they are used to this software, which easier than all calculations. No need to waste time on doing these tedious calculations. But once here and there they have to check the output by doing one or two manual calculations. But they are fortunate to have this kind of software.
Now, currently, sustainability and environmental responsibility are more important than ever. How should engineers approach this in their projects?
Yeah, so always we encourage our young engineers on these aspects, that is safety, quality and sustainability, and also cultural effects. So when we are doing a project, there is a direct impact on our construction to these three elements: sustainability and social and cultural. So when we are doing the road, we have to ensure that we must minimize the inconvenience to the general public. So how to handle those things? In nowadays we were not worried about these things. Environment. So I can remember when this RVDB first development board people mobilized into a site. When they wanted to put camps, they cut all the trees in that area. So then they clear the jungle, felling all trees. Now it is not the case. Now we are not supposed to do that kind of damages. We have to protect the environment. The hazardous things when we are doing construction, this dust, noise, all these things, inconvenience goes to the general public. We have to look into. We have to take remedial measures to eliminate those things, and safety of the workers and the general public. And we engineers, we are responsible. So we always, as senior engineers, we advise our young engineers how to attend this. These are not things to consider as a joke. We have to think seriously about these matters. If something happens to the life of a person, that is, we are responsible. So that is why we are taking all these safety measures and environmental protection issues, not to occur any kind of issues while we are doing construction.
Now, as I explained, sustainability and environmental protection are important and vital topics in engineering.
Yeah.
And another such important topic is ethics and professionalism, which is critical in engineering. Are there lessons you would like to share about navigating complex decisions responsibly?
Yes, this ethics. All engineers, those who are passing out from universities and coming into the industry, now they are obtaining the associate membership of the Institute of Engineers Sri Lanka. From there, their next step is to obtain the professional qualification charter status. So there we are encouraging all these engineers to be familiar with this ISL Code of Ethics. This ISL Code of Ethics, there are 8 items are there. So these 8 items explains what are the things that not to do. As I said, all malpractices. How to refrain, those are things, punishable things if one or any member break or not comply with those things, then doing something against those things, those are punishable things. So that is why we are always encouraging when these students are, the young engineers are sitting for professional qualification examination, they have to be familiar with the code of ethics. There is a separate examination paper, what we call B paper. We are testing their knowledge regarding this ethics and code of ethics and their responsibilities towards society.
Thank you, sir, for that answer, because I believe as undergraduates, being ethical is something we have to acknowledge a lot more. And what other advice would you give undergraduates who aspire to become civil engineers? What qualities or habits should they focus on developing?
Yes, for my life, what I can say to all these undergraduates, uh, there is nothing called in our life unachievable. If you have this intention, I will do this, really you can achieve that target. I just passed out as a normal engineer, and I never thought of becoming the president of this institution. Instead of being in Sri Lanka, that's the highest position in Sri Lanka for an engineer to achieve. I never had any idea of coming to this position. But one day, I think late, he was one of our past presidents of the IESL. He's an active member of the London institution. He came to my place for a matter of IESL, not IESL, Institute of Civil Engineers UK business. He came, and so when I compared my level and his level, like flow of earth to sky. He came and finished that job. He came and he wanted to go back to Colombo, and he just got into the vehicle. And again, he got down from the vehicle and he asked me, Dharmapala, why don't you apply for this IC UK? They are calling applications for professional reviewers. So I can't say, no, I can't. I say, yes, I will apply. So I applied. I think three of us selected, myself, Professor Dharmapala J. and Dr. Marvin Gunasekar. We three were selected for that professional reviewers vacancies existed with IC UK. So we had a training program at Hong Kong. From there, we three got very good training how to conduct these professional review examinations based on these competences. So after that, we went to Hong Kong, China, India for professional reviews representing IC UK. So then only one day this thought came to my mind, why I serving all these foreign bodies? I am not doing anything to my own country. IESL is there. So I wrote a letter to the executive secretary asking I am willing to take part in this IESL professional youth and member. So without any this thing, they offered me that post, one of these posts, and I corrected the applications and these candidates who face for this examination. And I think IESL Secretariat, they were very happy. They have never seen answer script feel like this, how I feel. I feel what I learned from London Institution. So they wanted, after that they wanted me to introduce those to IESL, and they wanted me to join Professional Standard Management Committee, Education Committee, which I never participated. So I participated for those things. Ultimately, they wanted not IESL. One of the council member asked me, one of the past president, why don't you contest for council election? I said I don't have any board basis. I am not going to contest for it. He said, no, don't worry. I will look after that getting votes. You submit your nomination paper. So I submitted. That time I won the election, that is in 2014. From 2014 to 2020, till 2020 election, unwittingly I won the council positions and came up to the president of the IESL. After that, I worked for 2 years as the immediate past president, and that was my tenure in IESL council. Thereafter, from 2021, I am functioning as the president, chairman of the Sri Lanka association of the ICE, and also I function as the president of the American Society of Civil Engineers. So that is how I became from lowest position to the highest position. So I am giving that advice to all young engineers. Nothing is impossible. If your dedication and hard working is there, you can achieve.
Sir's journey is inspiring indeed. And beyond engineering and leadership, what passions or hobbies have kept you balanced throughout your career?
Yeah, actually, my service is not limited for, but I am a duty conscious. I work and finish everything what is coming under my responsibility. That is the first. In addition to that, I used to do cultivation, vegetable cultivation. So my wife used to tell that these are fresh vegetables without any what do you call this, when we are using as fertilizer, so many chemicals are there. So these are free of those things. And also I used to, every Sunday I used to go to church and Catholic. I never forget to go to church. And I do my contribution to the church committee. When they want to, they are having a committee, subcommittee as building committee, so I am functioning as the treasurer for that one. So giving advices in technical matters, engineering matters, that is also my hobby. And the thing is, time to time this ISL secretariat wanted me to come and give lectures to these young undergraduates who are sitting, not undergraduates, graduate engineers who are sitting for professional reviews, to give them some input on their how to face this professional review in a confident manner. So the mistakes they are doing in their writing this A paper and answering this K.P.I.U and doing their presentations. That is also I am doing as a hobby, as a volunteer service.
That is such a delightful answer. Thank you, sir. Finally, for all the undergraduates watching today, what is the most important lesson or mindset you would want them to take away from your journey?
Yeah, as I told earlier, I have to say one thing. You must always get the advice of the seniors. No one will mislead you. If you are not quite sure about anything, without consulting anybody, doing a wrong or taking a wrong decision will cause more damages. So without doing that, don't feel shy or don't feel embarrassing or anything. Go and ask from senior engineers, this kind of a problem is there, what I can do, they will help. I have done that. I went to very senior engineer, one Mr. M.S.M. Silva, who was the technical secretary. He used to explain from his own experience how to face these construction issues. And he took us to the field, and he always used to tell, I am an old person, like at that time he said, I am 68 years, you are young people like 25 to 26, 27 like that. If I get up early in the morning, why you can't get up early in the morning? You come with me at 6 o'clock. If work starts 6 o'clock, you have to be there by 6 o'clock. Punctuality. Punctuality should be there. Nowadays, most of our people, they are worried about is finishing or starting work in timely manner. So punctuality. Then not to take bribes or anything, not to go behind money. So you won't believe, when these people wanted me to go for foreign employment, I never for my 46 years, I never worked in a foreign country. To get, I would have gone there for big salaries, but I never accepted those things. I worked for my own country, and from a senior, junior site engineer, I went up for general manager for construction.
Thank you so much, Engineer Dharmapala, for sharing your experiences, insights, and wisdom with us. Your journey is truly inspiring, and I'm pretty sure the viewers, especially the undergraduates, will take away a lot of valuable lessons for their own paths. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the second episode of Walking Down the Memory Lane. We hope this discussion have given you a deeper understanding of the world of civil engineering. See you in the next segment, and until then, keep learning, keep building, and keep dreaming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.